Charles Darwin, the famous scientist who invented power creep, except he called it evolution instead. His most famous theory is about natural selection. Basically, the idea that if you have undesirable traits, you die, and then you don't reproduce and pass on those bad traits. And it makes the world a better place. And the fun thing is, Magic actually has this too. This way of making the gene pool stronger for years to come. And the genius of Magic's natural selection is that it's all volunteer-based. You are self-selecting yourself to leave the gene pool. Because, to put simply, Stax is for psychos who are evil and love evil. You're not going to reproduce if you play Stax, and you don't deserve to. So if you don't know what is Stax, let me put it in layman's terms. You know those evil kids who pull the legs off of spiders to watch the spider crawl around with no legs? Or they shoot squirrels in their backyard to watch the squirrels die? Well, those kids grow up into adults, and they can't torture animals anymore because it's uncouth. They instead torture me, fellow human beings, because they love control. Let's look at some cards. Grand Arbiter, Augustine IV. Everybody knows this one. 2 white, blue, 2, 3. White spells are cheaper. Blue spells are cheaper. Spells our opponents cast cost more. Then we got Propaganda, 2 and a blue. Creatures can't attack you unless they pay 2 for each creature that's attacking you. Youch. Then we got Grand Abolisher, 2 white mana during your turn. Your opponents can't do a damn thing. Control. That's what the game is all about. That's what Stax players love. And it's not just a casual counterspell. It's stuff like Drannith Magistrate. Now, you get no commander, because you can't cast spells from anywhere other than your hand, and your commander's in a different zone, because he's not in your hand. What about Elish Norn? Now you get no ETB effects. Yeah. What about Hokori, Dust Drinker? Now you get no land, basically, because your land doesn't untap. And that's not fun. Send Triplets. Now you get no fun at all, because now I can play your land, and I can play your stuff, and I can play you, and it's not fun. You don't get to do anything. And then Deafening Silence, also no fun. Wait a second, a pattern's emerging. Aura of Silence, also Spell Tithe Enforcer, also Soulless Jailer. Oh, it seems like the whole point of Stax is to turn off the game for other players. That's kind of evil. Stax players would love nothing more than to charge you mana for each breath of oxygen you take. And they have a card that does that. Rhystic Study, baby. 2 and a blue, it's hated for a reason. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless they pay 1. Yeah, casting spells. Let me think for a second. That's the game! That's what the game does. Anyway, pop quiz, hot shot. Do any of those cards I've mentioned win the game for you? Think about this for a second. Do they do any combat damage? Do they burn your opponent's life total down to nothingness? Do they win? No, they don't. Think of Magic like a game of soccer, or football if you like metric system. You usually want to kick a soccer ball into the goal. But if you play Stax, instead, you want to break the legs of the enemy team. And then after that, once you've done that, you find a way to score. You don't know how to kick, you don't know how to get the ball into the goal, but you do know how to break everybody else's legs so they can't do anything. And yeah, you just choke them out as long as possible until you find Thassa's Oracle. That's pretty much the only way Stax wins. Granted, they got Lab Maniac, but still, Thassa's Oracle, Lab Maniac, by the time you get your Victory Royale, all right, so much time will have passed that I'm a fucking skeleton holding my cards. I can't do anything. I can't cast anything. I'm a skeleton just watching and waiting for the Thassa's Oracle. It sucks. It's not fun. Now, you reveal your evil if you play the following cards. Winter Orb, 2 mana. As long as it's untapped, players can't untap more than 1 land during their untap steps. Now, guess what? You're going to tap this right before your turn, and then you're going to untap all your lands. They also got Winter Moon, which is the same thing, but it's non-basic. Land is the game. If you can't land things, then you can't game the game. And the game is what the game needs to happen. Why am I playing the game if I can't use the game? Anyway, we also got Static Orb, which is 3 mana. Players can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap. Oh, that's great. The game is the game. That's the permanents are the game. I'm playing the permanent game. I can't untap my instants because they don't exist. Like the permanents are this land, it's creatures. Anyway, if you're playing Baral, Chief of Compliance, basically, you're evil. Whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you draw a card. Yuck. If you do, discard a card. Yucky. Yucky, yucky, evil, yucky. I will save you so much money on SSRIs and antidepressants. If someone says they want to play Baral, you say, fuck no. And then you'll be the happiest you've ever been. Thankfully, the FBI has posted the most heinous Stax commanders to be on the lookout for. Turgid, God of Fright, don't play this card, and don't play against it. It's not fun, not a good time. 3 black, black. When an opponent sacks a thing, the Turgid player gets that thing. And And if they discard a thing, they get that thing too. So now they're going to make you sack your board, but then they get your board. So now you have no board, they have 2 board, which is 3 more board than you ever had. And it's not fun. Then send triplets come on in, 2 white, blue, black, 3/3. They're going to pick you. They're going to say you can't cast nothing. You can't activate nothing. I get to see your hand. I get to play lands from your hand. I get to cast spells from your hand. And then when it gets back to you, you actually don't have a hand anymore because I played it all. So sucks to suck. And then finally, Zur the Enchanter is going to come out of here, tutoring up the most heinous enchantments you could ever think of. Yeah. So if you see these, don't play against them. Not fun. But sometimes, unfortunately, Stax sneaks itself into a game. And how do you know? Blue and white. The most heinous offenders of Stax in the entirety of the game. Aaron and Giada, you're looking at this card. Oh, it's not bad. It looks kind of innocent. Fair, perhaps. You know, you can look at the top card. You can cast spells with flash or flying. That's not too bad. Bang! Jubilant Skybonder. Boom! Creatures you control with flying can't be targeted unless you pay more mana. Bang! Classic stack. What about Archangel of Ties? Bang! Out of nowhere. Now you gotta pay mana to attack me. Bang! Propaganda because I'm running blue. Look at this. Ghostly Prison because I got white. Now you gotta pay 1 billion mana to attack me, and I'm gonna fly over you, and I'm gonna kill you, and it sucks to be you. Trust no one. If you see they have blue, if you see they have white, trust nobody. You have to understand, Stax players aren't human. They might be in disguise. They might walk among us. But they aren't human. Did you like that sound effect? By the way, I made that organically with my mouth hole. But they are fake. They're like the lizard people who live at the center of the hollow earth, living in disguise. Sometimes they disguise themselves not even as blue and white players, but as green. No, impossible. Vorinclex is evil. What? 8 mana. When you tap a land, you get more mana. That's fucked. And then when an opponent taps a land, they actually don't get mana for it anymore because it doesn't untap. So you get it once, and then you got to wait another turn, and then you get mana again. That's fucking evil. Same thing with Collector Oof, because now he's 1 in a green. You can't actually tap your artifacts for mana anymore. Oof. They're off. You turn them off. Turn them oof. See what I did there? Turn them oof. Stax is driving me crazy. Blood Moon. 2 in a red. Non-basic lands are mountains. Same thing with this guy. And honestly, turning stuff into mountains, evil. Although, to be honest, it's kind of funny. Objectively kind of funny if you Blood Moon somebody and they only have non-basics. Really, really funny. Now, call me a hypocrite because that is very Stax-like, but it barely counts, all right? That's like barely counting for red Stax. I would say what's really evil is using Magda to go find God Pharaoh's statue. That's fucking why. Spells your opponent's cost 2 more? That's mean. Why would you do this to me? Portal of Phyrexian, now I gotta sacrifice 3 creatures and you're reanimating stuff from your graveyard? Meh, that's evil. Especially because Magda could be used for fun stuff, like big dragons. Why would you ever not use big dragons? Why would you resort to Stax? It's literally, you are volunteering yourself to leave the gene pool. If you play Chad Dragons, your spawn is all over the place. But playing the other one, not fun. It's natural selection in the works. Literally, we were watching natural selection happen when you pick up a God Pharaoh statue and put it in a deck. When you pick up any of these cards and put them as your commander, you are literally dooming your bloodline, in my opinion. That's my opinion, but that's my opinion. Now, it's the ultimate red flag, some would say. Now, of course, a little control is fine in every deck. A lightning bolt here, a counterspell there. That's interaction. That's called playing the game. But psychopathic Stax players take this to the crazy town degree because the more game they play, the less game everybody else plays. Does that sound like fun? Less game per game? What's going on? You must be fucking crazy if you think that's fun. And it isn't. Less game per game is bad. We don't like less game per game. We want more game per game. So in the spirit of fairness, which you probably don't understand, I'm giving you a warning, Stax players. Stop your evil ways right now. Because I would love to buy some collector boosters. But if you don't stop, I'm going to have to go on Etsy and have you cursed by witches. That's right. I could spend my money on magic, or I could spend my money on magic. I might not be able to stop you, but I can curse you. I have a lock of your hair. Don't ask how. And you would deserve it. You would deserve getting cursed. Never forget that. Because you're using Zerg to assemble some rule of law, propaganda, solemnity, Rube Goldberg machine. And Rube Goldberg machine is too fun to say for it to be used for evil. All right? Now, maybe you're an evil furry like 3/3 Elk who likes putting Gadok Teague and Brazella Voice of Nightmares together. So now I can't cast spells 4 or greater or 3 or less, and that's all the spells. I'm locked out. I can't play a fucking thing. But at least if you do that, Brazella kills me fast. There is no ethical way to play Grand Arbiter Augustin because it's too fucking slow and evil. Evil. I'm just tortured. You're torturing me. Propaganda Grand Abolisher. I can't do anything. I can't play the game. That's what the game is all about. It's about playing the game, which is why the best way to do things is by actually just borrowing people's stuff, like using Adia or Zidane or Atali to play their stuff. Because now I'm not stopping anybody from playing. I'm just using your stuff, and that's not that bad. Everybody's having fun. It's like the kid with the little hat on. So yeah, Stax is evil. You get more game per game if you do it the way I want to do it, which is the better way to do it because I know what I'm talking about and I have believe in me. And so yeah, Stax is for psychos who are evil and love evil. If that wasn't already clear, yeah, don't play Stax. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. If you want to support me and my great ideas and opinions, check out my Patreon, link down below. I build custom commander decks. I roast and help your commander decks all on my stream. Grits and Guac _ give it a follow. It's super cool. Also, I have beautiful, sick playmats for sale on jankmats.com. Also linked in the description. Dude, they look so gorgeous. Go buy them. They look awesome. Supports the channel. All that. Also, I got a Discord. It's fun and free and cool. Come join it. And yeah, what do you guys think about Stax? Do you play Stax? And if you do, are you married and or do you have children? Because that would sort of undermine the entire premise of this video. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.